All right, this is the 6x18 Bridgeport Harig Easy Surf grinder.
Yeah, let's take a look at it. Obviously up front, controls. Got a new screen on there, new display. We haven't even taken the tape off yet, so plastic's still on there. Kind of replaces the old one, which finally died. Coming across.
This DB2, right? The DB2 screen?
Oh, the people who I bought it from was DB2, yes. Yeah, they just make the back plane for it. Manual chuck, which works fine, spindle area, and yeah, we got a stone on here, so machine came in with it, so we just kind of left that on there. Spindle sounds good, we'll run that in a minute. Standard hand controls, which are not engaged right now. They are now. I already have homed it, so I can just jump right into a program when the time comes. These, of course, these guys won't work until I fire up the control. And speaking of the control, here's one side cabinet. And you pop that open. This is the disconnect transformer main power center side with the off board, AUF board, I believe, which is basically I/O coming in. Starters down low. We have documentation for this. In fact, we got more than this on the side here, I think, too, a couple of books. But those are the schematics. So we're all set there. Come around the back, there's a lot to look at back here. Mostly the 110 cords for the pump. Going in here, a filler. This is the servo for Z, spindle motor here. Currently wired 230 volts. These are 230. And like I said, just the various cords and conduit going to the servo motors and the spindle motor. Reset button for the computer here. I think that resets the whole thing. And this is the floppy drive right in here, so you might be able to see that in there. Kind of a, yeah. But you can also see from this side. I'll swing this open. There's the access drives down low. Again, there's the floppy up high, upper right. And this does have, as you pull left here, this is video, of course, the new monitor. That's all dressed in, but that is the USB-C board right here with this new back plane. So that's all been upgraded from the old motherboard style, which was a lot larger back there. So, and the power supply, like I said, and there's two servo drives down there. So that's it on that. That said, we can fire it up, turn on hydraulics, turn on spindle. So here's oil. We can do that first. And maybe just to do a recip, I'll tell you what, we can take it up and what are we in? We can do jog, which is 4. Sorry if I move kind of fast, I'm just going to blow through this a little bit. And I can't use my left hand, you know that, so I'm right-handed. Anyhow, what do we want to do? Jog Y up, go up a little bit, just to rapid it. This one's pretty good. I think we got the feed control works on this here, so yeah, this slows it down or speeds it up. So the feed pots work at this point. There's Y, and of course, if we switch over, we can do Z. Let's go the other way. They work nice. They're smooth, moving right along. What was I thinking? Jog Z, Y. The hand wheels too, I think they're working. Yes, same thing. At various feed stages, maybe pull this in a little bit. So that works on Z. And if I come up here, we can get Y too. So roll that down. And yeah, that works good. We can turn spindle on. That sounds really good too. Quite honestly, I could shut it off, but because the hydraulics are running, you don't hear it. But what I can do now is just e-stop it, and you can hear the spindle wind down. How's that? Now it's off. Yeah. Sounds pretty good, really. It's nice and quiet. I just can't power it back up with the oil off. So anyhow, that works good. I'm gonna have to turn that back on when we do an auto cycle. So clear the e-stop somehow. Back for power. Let's recip the table. Let's get out of this and get into recip. That works. I've got a 6 and a 12 already on there, from 6 inch to 12 inch, just to kind of keep the chuck in the middle. So I'm just gonna enter that in, and let it go. That's all this is. And now we've got our control here, going from 6" to 12". Just slow that down, I suppose, if we want. Works pretty nice, actually. Speed it up. Move it along a little bit faster. You see it over travels a little bit more when you're really flying, but that's normal. And back down a little bit. For our wants and needs for the auto cycle, we'll back off a little bit here. Yeah, I have the rear cover on, otherwise we could have showed the hydraulic power pack in back, but it's just what it is, just standard hydraulic pump motor and one solenoid valve. So that's done. Going back to recip here, all I'm going to do is just enter, and then put a 0 in there, and enter that, and that's where she stops. What else? Hand wheels. This is the hand wheel, obviously this all works. This micro switch works for the e-stop. If you go too far with the pendant, it won't let you do an auto cycle, so that switch is working. We're good up on top. You see the oil up here? This came up real nice. And I did have these covers off too, so we're flowing down the y-axis real nice with oil, and for the table too, so that the whole lubrication system is working right. That said, I'm just going to jump into an auto cycle. I've got a couple numbers up here, just moving back and forth. Where are we at? I'm going to do 8, which is surface grind. We don't have a plunge grind, but it's the same as surface without the recip on the Z. So there it is there. I'm just going to enter them all in. I'm starting and ending at 0.5, 1.5, 1, ending Y at 2.5. So I'm moving an inch. I'm moving a bunch just so you can see it on the video. My Y step size is 300 thousandths, and my Z step size is 300 thousandths. So I'm damn near, over a quarter inch, just so you can see movement here. So I'm just going to enter all these in. I've got one spark out recip on there, and let it fly. Enter, enter, enter. One more, and I think I need, I need spindle on too, don't I? Yeah, I know it's going to ask me. Spindle's on, we should be able to start the cycle now. I left it anywhere, and it goes and finds its home position, and then jumps in, which is nice. So you can leave all 3 axes wherever you want them. It'll find itself. So I'm diving in a bunch, and I'm coming out a bunch. At least you can kind of see it. There's the Y. And when I come up on 2.5 over here, that's the end of my travel down, which I'm there already. We'll do one more. Go a little bit faster on the next one. This is my spark out. My one pass for spark out we're doing now, I think. Yep, that was it. Goes back, parks itself. Real nice. I'm gonna do one more, we'll speed it up, and I should just be able to hit go. Oh no, I have to enter that in because I'm in MDI mode, that's right. I have to do all that all over again. And start. There we go. And kind of move a little bit quicker here. Just going to fly through it. Yeah. Outstanding. Power it down at 7. Let's get out of this and power, which also shuts off the spindle. Hear it winding down. It's a nice running machine.